What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Musume video. I hope y'all had a good weekend. And in today's video, we are going to be training Twin Turbo as it was requested by, I believe, Dunk. I hope I got that right. Let me go just double check. Let me just go double check. Little 2 videos ago for JP. Agnes Tachyon one. Comments. Yes, it was... It was requested by Dunk. So, like I just said, we will be doing a Twin Turbo run today. And for the setup, we are going to go with all the cards, all the stats and all that. So, Tamamo Cross Power, Measure Ramino, Wise, Still in Love, Speed, Super Creek Stamina, Stay Gold, Guts, and borrowing the Tucker Bryan friend card, and pretty much that's gonna be the setup. So with that being said, get the run started. But before we do go on with the training and go over the comments, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request to join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Quest channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you in the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, I don't know when was the last time I trained Turbo. I know I may have trained her at least a few times, I would like to say. Let me actually see if I'm pretty... Recording-wise, probably at the very least, I should have done it at least once, right? Maybe twice. I'm not even sure. We'll go... let me see if I have any. Pretty sure I've recorded at least one Turbo video. Probably a while back, but... And then I end up not doing it. That'd be kind of funny, because I thought... Oh, I did do at least 2 videos. One in UAF and one in the Grand Masters. So it's been over a year and a half. A little over a year and a half since I trained. Or maybe it has been just a year and a half since I trained Twin Turbo in a video. But I'm fairly certain that was most likely the last time I trained her as well. At least, that's what I think. At least that's what I think. But we shall just continue on with the training. Over the weekend, did I do anything? I will say that I did not do well in any of my trainings for the CM. That's for the global side, because as at the time I'm recording right now, the CM literally starts later today. Literally later today, unfortunately. So I may record the video just to see if I can even make it around 2. But I think from what if I do end up going to round 2, I want it to be Group B. There's no way I should make it to Group A with what I have. Plus, I'm not even confident in what I have, to be honest. We failed 3%. Wow. Wow. It is what it is. It is what it is, I guess. So before the CM starts, I will probably try and squeeze in a couple more runs just because, you know, I want to see if I can train better Umas for global. If not, then it is what it is. I'll probably just go back to JP and continue training like I always have this whole time. Won't bother me too much. I guess I could just rest this one turn. Plus 30. And then did I do anything else game-wise besides outside of Uma? Outside of Uma, what else did I do? Nothing really. Already did the stories, both the main story and the seed story before Friday last week. And then, well, there's pretty much events, but I didn't touch any events over the weekend. So I guess it's safe to say I didn't really do anything over the weekend. I think the only most notable thing that I did over the weekend was in Girls Frontline 2. I cleared up a hell of a lot of attachments because there were just too many. There was just way too many. So that was probably the only thing I did. That was probably the only thing I did that was the most notable, I guess. Yeah, I didn't do anything much anywhere except for like dailies and whatever I felt like farming for during those dailies. But with that being said, we can start going over the comments. The first batch of comments will be from Nova, and the first one says, Twin Turbo enjoyers are multiplying. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Eugen says, if you have ill intentions, it will be the same with your Oshi Uma. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Essentially goes down to, it'll turn into like waifu wars, I guess. Talk smack about someone's Oshi or waifu, same thing's gonna happen in return. Most likely. Probably. Next comment says GFL 2 skins. Hold on. GFL 2 skins. Yes, I bought all the skins except for one. For one. Like Wu and Zenless, there are just some skins that I don't like and I won't purchase them. Fair enough. That is true. That is true. Eugen responded saying, BFL2 when? Boys frontline. Nova responded back saying, DFL2, dudes. Nope. That would have been, if it was BFL, that sounds weird, or DFLs, that sounds weird as well. Pretty sure Nova would have paid no mind to the series if it was the opposite gender. Pretty sure. Probably most people who's playing Girls Frontline, if not all, would most likely disregard it. Could just do this, but next comment says, well, Shushu has fallen. I guess that if you do have Seed, you have an easier time with the attacker meta, which Hoyo is trying to promote now. I mean, they tried in the first season. We're gonna call it by seasons like they did. But Anomaly was just too good, and I still think Anomaly is too good. But it makes sense for them to try and get the attackers implemented because, well, it hasn't been as great as like Anomaly, so I think I'm gonna have to skip regardless. My gacha funds are getting funneled elsewhere for this month. Would that be along the lines of Girls Frontline, maybe? maybe even Wuwa or maybe. I think it's okay to skip characters in Zenless if I do say so myself, especially because the Rupture team is getting a boost with the new characters after the Obel squad. Out of all the elements so far, I think Rupture is the coolest. I think you mean typing, right? Because elements is obviously like ice and all that. Like, even though Ishwin is Rupture, she's still Ether, regardless. So Ether. Should probably just do this. I guess Shushu's going full Obel. Good luck, man. I'm gonna be in the waiting room corner. Oh no, I'm not pulling for Orphe. I'm not pulling for Orphe. He just needs another attacker. That's either gonna be Evelyn or Anby if I do end up getting Seed. That way I still at least have half a patch to recover from. This is fine. Union says, Obel Squad, Shushu Battle Mania, good smashing button. No wonder me just dead brain. Push button. It's like I said, it's more like just learning the rotations of your teams. And reacting to the attacks, whether you just dodge or parry it. That's all it is. Probably just press here. Or erase as well. And then Nova says, he liked those feet. I mean, you could technically say the same with Yuno then, if that's the case. But I like Yuno as a character, like in general. Like her whole character. Plus, I did play Seed Story, as it wasn't obvious, because I did post it. But that story is actually, in my personal... Dang, 40%? I can't do that. In my personal opinion, was actually one of the better ones. Probably the best one, I think. So... And it made me like her as a character even more. So, you know... I think stats are just easier to get if you have the cards and do not care for the parents. But now having 40 white factors on your parents is just the norm. I think it's safe to say I can just... Yeah. Getting more skills than stats is a challenge that I'm facing, and I'm just started my Uma parent days like 2 months ago. I'm still a noob. Right now, with all new cards giving you 2 gold skills each, you are just on SP poverty if you just do the usual training. I'll have to treat this a bit like make a new track and race 20 times per run just to get to 7k. I'm just catching up to Yujin now, and it's a bit late, to be honest. It's funny how you took your hiatus because of Make a New Track, and here you are basically playing like it's Make a New Track, I guess, from what you're saying. That's kind of funny if you think about it. But for me, I mean, if I really wanted to, which I probably will just to give it a shot, just so I can also get parents, some better parents rolling to be used. Oh, I still haven't gotten the bond for this. I should probably focus on that, huh? Otherwise, I won't be getting any guts. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Unfortunately. Probably like 2 more times at least. Maybe island training will help. We'll see. There's at least there. But for me, it's more like for the amount I get, whether it's under, because I barely get over, because I think the first time I got over 6k was literally that Orpher run. So most of the time be under 6k, but still either I'll run out of skill points for like a few more skills, or I won't have enough. What did I just say? Either I'll have enough I won't have enough skill points to get all I want, or I don't have I have too many skill points for the skills that I had gotten, so basically not enough skills is what I should have just said. Maybe we can force... Maybe. You just says more skills, more fun. My turbo is trying to get hold on from favorite track Uma due to skills at least. Trying to be competitive compared to back then. Oh, actually, yeah, I should probably do that regardless. I get a hold on from the favorite track Uma due to skills at least try to be competitive compared to back then. Well, back then you basically about a year ago, if not a year ago already, was when you started, I guess technically did less manual runs, I guess, because you haven't been, I guess you just been behind because you just been more just chilling, whether you're reading manga or whatever you do, just to chill rather than like playing Zenless and all that as much. That makes sense. It makes sense, but I guess after about a year, or if it has already been a year, you haven't really, what's the word, like adapted in a way to make it all work together. Because in the weekends, you just be literally triple Z's. Literally triple Z's. I guess I could technically run the triple tiara, right? But this isn't bad. I'm kind of worried about the bond with Yayoi, but I think it'll be fine as long as I don't forget it. Whatever, let's just run. Baited by the title, UA where? Well, I didn't say anything about UA. I said best run of the scenario. So you baited yourself, my friend. And then you just said that's how it feels, like baiter. And then Nova says bait the clicker. I didn't do no clickbaiting. I put no UA or nothing. So you clickbaited yourself. Mentally, if that's what you're thinking that I got. I don't want to end up doing a couple runs in a row. So we'll see how I do. How it is in the next turn when we get a ticket. Social media is not meant for the mentally ill, let's just say that. I've seen in the news about AI and vulnerable teens that now that I'm convinced that nothing good comes out of this. If humanity wants to play God, then this is now how you go about it. Terminator series was a documentary all along. The Terminator series was a documentary all along? Huh? Yeah, there's a lot of AI stuff going on in social media. Like you'll come across a video that's been AI generated. I'm just like, oh, it didn't look real to natural or real to begin with. Because why didn't I hear about this somehow, some way, anywhere else? I think I'll do the Oaks and then we'll go from there. There has been a recurring thought that keeps coming back to me with every UMA scenario. Why can't CG provide an option for older scenarios to be as relevant in the current meta as they were back in the day? The closest thing was the GFF where we did have short mile scenario made useful for that one CM League of Heroes, but that never came back. It's a shame that once we have the scenario card pulled, their lifespan is set at 4 months now. That is fairly true. That is fairly true. Should I take the risk and wait for next turn, or I take the 2? Part of me is taking the 2. Let's take the 2. Or I can do a full rest. I'll do a full rest and test and risk it. It went down to 1. Oh well. It is what it is. Yeah, the closest thing was GFF. When they basically like a year ago made us, well, basically the same situation as of right now. They did a short mile distance or short distance CM for October, or mile distance for October. So we did all end up going back to GFF, where in this case they gave us more of a all distance friendly scenario. Probably more beneficial for medium long, but still general. Still a more general scenario, in my opinion. But it is what it is. I still need to make short parents regardless. Short distance parents. I could say the same thing for mile distance, since they're not that great. But yeah, they basically, I mean, for most support cards, it's pretty much has been for the scenario. Or scenario cards, because they were built for that scenario. We're talking like the 3 goddesses and all that. 3 goddesses, the Yayoi, JFF1, Tucker Bryan, except this one was the one that hurt the most because they wanted it. For it to be useful, you had to have at least 3 OB, which just sucked. Which just sucked. So yeah. I guess in terms of our Uma Circle, I am one of the sweaty ones right now, but it's still a casual game for me. Auto is enjoyable at least. Yeah, I might still try to do auto within, just so I can get some parents to carry over. Or at least I'll have some parents to use or something. At least that's what I'm thinking. Ethereal Restart is insane with their CN launch. Free light dark unit selector? Ooh, that would have been nice for us. Holy, Global was the beta test after all. Too bad I already gave up on it within weeks of playing. Surprisingly, I'm still playing. But I'll admit that I don't think I've progressed much. I've really just been, let's just say it's close, but I still give more attention to reverse rather than Ethereal. Oh, that's probably the best way I can describe it. Probably the best way I can describe it. But I have been getting characters. Oh, and speaking about reverse, I did end up getting Cassandra before the guaranteed one, so now I'm just gonna be chilling regardless. Just finished the Zenless story, and man, there we go. I didn't speak about it because I was just gonna wait for you to talk about it, but it looks like you're gonna talk about it. The one thing that remains true across the GFL universe is never trust a hot-looking waifu. Well, depends what you think is hot. Yours is very obvious on what you're looking at. For the most part. I guess technically I can just... What races we got here? Yeah. Well, I mean... Oh, regardless. I mean, I can just do... this and not do any points. And we can raise our... Oh, I need to do 3 races. I just realized that. I should probably do that. I should probably do that. Well, how much is this? 2? It's fine. I'll just do race then. We'll do this just because part of the triple tiara, I guess. But I was so enamored with her design that when that final scene hit, I held up hope that this was going to be an exception to the rule, but I really wish we had a Frolova option. Yeah, that's why I didn't say nothing. Because then it just would have gave it away off the rip. Ooh, 4. Yeah, there we go. As for the teacher plot twist, I don't think it's a twist at all since I had my doubts from the beginning. The teacher gave the twins something special, and now I'm sure that it's a gift for the Exaltus. As for Fairy's existence so far, I don't know exactly. It doesn't seem that there was anything deeper to its existence other than, oh, it appeared as a high-tech Amazon Siri to help the pro tag. Well, I mean, they didn't really show anything else about Fairy's background or any background at all. The only thing they gave away was when Fairy got activated and all the other ones that were activated already probably sensed it. After that, no one really said anything about Fairy or whatever. Just maybe down the line, but as of right now, she hasn't really, done much. Guess I'll just do a G3 race. Overall, I'm not sure how to rate this chapter. There were some scenes that fell off as it is not as cohesive as I expect. It feels like I missed part of the conversation. Maybe you weren't paying attention. As for Sarah, another hot waifu, that's a missed opportunity. My rating is basically a score of dead waifus over Y. Well, there's also the fact that I'm assuming you would want Sarah to be playable, but for the most part, a lot of the time, they don't make the villains. They don't make the villain playable, for the most part. At least what it feels like. Especially if, well, maybe she will down the line, because she does feel like that, she has been the main villain this whole time, so maybe. And then lastly from Nova, Tofu's too good to pass. I'm going to be using her for a long time at this rate. Koleda is bench. Like I said, it makes it hard to use or get the most out of my Yishun team because I don't have Tofu. That's just Tofu. Jafufu, because that's how it feels for me personally. For the Deadly Assault, when I did use my Ishwin Tuna, actually, that Deadly Assault, I basically had to do like 2 times, because when I hit the boss with the Ishwin team, actually, what am I doing? There we go. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Things amiss here, so I'll just do this. Part of me felt like I should have chose. Oh well. But yeah. Even like I did the Deadly Assault basically twice because I had to rearrange some things. I guess I could just like say it here. Because what happened basically was I had my usual Anbi team for the first one. And then the second one was easy because that was just the Alice Yuzuha team with Vivian. And then when I got to the Ishwin team, I tried different team members along with the Panda. Did Astra because I did do that before. I even tried using other characters. I can't even remember. Oh, at one point I even tried using my Piper, but that didn't work either. Didn't feel right. The most I got from other characters was like 16, 17k, and no matter what I did after a couple tries, it just didn't work out. So I said, screw it, I am just gonna change it all up. And whatever I had posted was the teams I had. The only team that didn't change was the Alice team, where the Anbi team instead of Pulchra basically went double support because I didn't know what else to give her. Qingyi, well, I think Qingyi would have worked if I had updated her. If I had updated her. Her drive disc, because the new stun one was basically the best one. So I could have done that, but I didn't because I didn't want to go make new drive discs. So I just went with Astra Caesar, which worked perfectly fine. And then the usual Yishun team worked for me, so yeah. I basically can't use Yishun without Pokra. Is what I'm saying. That is basically what I'm saying. Yeah, we don't want to raise. I already have. Yeah, we'll just do that. But for GFL2, I pulled both and not sure about their weapons. Andorus weapons do have a team buff, so that's nice to see. I have 40k rocks left, and weapons are kind of meh. I'm just holding off on pulling for now. I'm just gonna put the battle pass weapons to good use. Well, I don't have the battle pass, so no battle pass weapons for me. Luckily, I did end up getting the weapon without losing the 50-50, so that's fine. Ended up getting Galaya, the weapon, not the character from HSR, but I do have her. I'm just holding off and pulling now. I lost the 50-50 to Moisen and Chongju, and now they're V4 and V5 respectively. So I'd say that losing the 50-50 worked in my favor a bit. I don't know how many dupes I have in my Moisen. Probably at least 2, most 3. And I think Chongju has either 4 or 5. One of those. 6%, I'll take it. Pretty much for my standard banner pulls, I just I have it on Chongju, just so I can max her out. I think I'll just save that, and then we'll do the G1. Yeah. But other than that, thank you, Nova, for all the comments. Eugen for replying to a couple of them. Thank you for that as well. Just making sure I didn't miss any of Nova's comments. Doesn't look like I did. That's what I said that one time, and I ended up missing one. But the next comment we'll be going over is from Rashan. First one says, VC just refers to voice chats for those sweaty Guild War days. Voice chats. And you could tell I'm not really, you know, with the, what's it called? Not, I want to say acronyms, but shortening of words. I guess that's technically acronyms, huh? I guess. Or I just don't say it or see it too much. I honestly don't. I know the feeling of waiting for episodes. I also hate waiting, but sometimes an anime just catches me and I end up watching it regularly. Not me. Not me. If I'm gonna want to watch it, well, if I race, would it warn me? Because I'll just do it at the last turn, if anything. Yeah, I don't... Even if it's a series I've been waiting to watch, I'm still gonna wait. I'm still gonna wait regardless. Which there is a couple of them. So I don't know why I'm having a hard time picking, but it is what it is, I guess. It's just how I ended up. Yeah, I probably should just use a ticket. I forgot I didn't use it. And then last comment from Rashawn says, damn, UA when? Congrats on the UB8 though. I don't know. Could be soon, depending on how my future trainings go. Depends. Other than that, thank you, Rashawn, for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. Next comment is from Eugen, and it says, yay, weekend, more sleeping. Snore. If I lend you my account, will you point out some compositions and try hard the boss? If you able to easy peasy clear it, I guess I really suck at button mash. My talent there is bad. Well, there's gonna be some factors. I could give it a try, if that's what you're asking. I can give it a try, if that's what you're asking. But it also comes down to how you built them and I guess the characters, but because I don't exactly know what characters you have, to be honest, besides what you have on, but I can. Are you talking about to see if I can beat Deadly Assault with your characters? With the Ishwin team, maybe. I just realized I don't have any. I expected to recover some, but I guess I didn't. That's not good for me, but we'll just see what happens. Yeah, my stats are pretty low. I feel like I messed up along the way, but that's for me to that's for me to figure out. I guess it was just one of those runs, maybe. Yeah, if it was your team, I'd probably say the Yishun team is fine for the one that I use it on. For the other two, well, like I said, I don't exactly know the characters. Well, I do and I don't. I should have just rested. Oh well. I'll still do that. I feel like I totally botched his twin turbo run. That's what it feels like, if I'm being honest. So, all I can say honestly is, whoops. Would rest, but I do have 2 more turns of this. My bad, guys, for the botched turbo run. I feel like I did mess it up. Shushu suggests one Uma I will use for this. Shushu suggests one Uma I will use for this 1CM with category that height less than turbo or great front aerodynamics or team Canopus. You want me to give you a suggestion for one Uma? Or team Canopus? Well, let's see. Did you mention who you've been using? Having a hard time to choose for the lineup, so once again, I just randomly select Turbo for first option. That shouldn't even be random, because don't choose Turbo for like every CM and all that. So I'm not surprised you chose Turbo. And oh, just notice, now that there's a comment from another Turbo enjoyer, well, all I can say the path it takes is like how Turbo runs her races. The hardships I could never forget. Well, what I can say is I just totally messed up the Turbo run, so I apologize, Doug. I feel like I messed it up. Or my RNG was that bad, but it's either or. Or both. Or both. I think I will just... Do you have any? Are we done? No, we do have one more. Oh. I think... Ugh. Ugh. One Uma. If I even remember what Uma I have. Well, I do remember the usual ones and Team Canopus. 3 turns, 3 tickets. Gonna have to use the 3 tickets in a row and hope for the best. Character. Let me read the added response he put. I tried Zenless 5 single pulls like what you did. I got triggered from the result. I mean, literally triggered feeling. That means it most likely didn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try for seed. See what happens. I'm literally just there to pull for seed. I can make a teamwork, which would most likely be what I said. Seed and B, or Evelyn, or maybe even Ellen. As long as another attacker should work. And Astra to help with the quick swaps. Pretty much. So there we go. But for the Uma, let me go back to you on that because Rick has a comment. I'll go to thinking on what to bring. So thank you, Eugene, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. And the last comment before I go back to thinking what Uma and checking to see if I missed a comment is from Rick. I'm 100% sure now that they got superpowers in Prince of Tennis. Well, if you say that, then it's, I guess, more related to Kuroko no Basuke. The one thing I will say about... Oh, this is not gonna happen. If we're talking about superpowers in Kuroko is... I'm trying to think. Besides... The ones I would say that's more closer to superpowers would be... Midorima. Their speed... When they get into... Well, basically when they're in the zone, it's already superpowers technically. And... I think just Midorima, to be honest. Because Kisei is more... He just learns things real quick, right? Pretty much. Just from looking at them. I know I'm going into spoiler territory, but I'm just gonna pretty much go through it to describe it. Akashi. See, the thing about him, you take away his Emperor's Eye, or think about it differently. It's more... If you take away the Emperor's Eye, it's more like... Just basically street pull. Ankle breaking. Going for the crossovers and all that. So, is it... If you take away the Emperor's Eye, like, what it does and all that, it's technically just... Trying to go for the crossover and all that. Making him fall, but Agashi just a whole different story with that. Agami, outside of the zone, he just has really good hops. Oh, I guess Kuroko counts with his passes. Those passes are even the best passers that I've seen in the NBA, even from the past and future, or not future, past and present. Not like Kuroko. That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing. Then who else? Almine is just a street baller. Almine is just a street baller. Then when he's in the zone, yeah, he gets the zone buffs and... But it's still him playing the same way, pretty much. Although a lot of the stuff he does is pretty ridiculous that you don't see often, and you know. But well, am I missing anyone? Oh, I'm missing Murasaki Bara. He's just tall. He's just really tall, has long limbs. You could think of him as like Victor Wembanyama if you know who I'm talking about, or just search. Essentially, just not as buff, I guess, or built, I guess. I don't think I'm missing anyone else. I think I mentioned all of them. So yeah. And for the most part, a lot of them are just, I guess you could say, like enhanced a bit for the normal, for like the normal typical things that I just mentioned. And the ones that I mentioned, like Kuroko's passes, Midoriman, is range is stupid. Is stupider than Steph Curry. And Emperor's Eye, but you remove that, is basically just street ball going for the crossovers and all that, trying to ankle break. So yeah. But thank you, Rick, for the comment. Appreciate it as always. As I go over the skills and pick out the skills, let me think of, well, first let me say thank you, Rashawn, Nova, Rick, Eugen, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. And now let me just think of what Uma possibly for Eugen to use as I pick the skills. I mean, I could just go Team Canopus, right? But who? But who is the real question? Since this turbo is not really, I guess it's fine. I feel like I could make a better turbo if I were to train turbo again. I feel like my RNG could have been better, but to bring along with turbo, excuse me, who? A good question. That is a good question. I mean, didn't you? I mean, you did have your funnier ones with like Hishiaka Bono and long distance, was it? So I guess, I guess maybe Uma don't matter when it comes to distances and all that. But for your specifics, I don't even remember what Umas, most of the other Umas you have, to be honest. If I'm being honest. So if I were to pick one at least, just so I'm not thinking for too long as I just click through. No, I might do another turbo run off camera just to see if I could have gotten a better one, or felt like I got in a better one. But dang, yeah, this was a UC. This was a UC. I don't feel exactly happy about it. Could have been better. But we're just gonna stay on this screen. Oh no, Eugen. And Uma to suggest. For this CM, so the medium distance one. I mean, I do remember some characters that you have besides the usual ones that you normally use. Well, I'm not exactly sure. I really am not exactly sure. Well, you know what? Well, what did you say about it again? Uh, height less than Turbo or Team Canopus or Great Front. I don't even know what Turbo's height is. What is Turbo's height? Does it say here? 146. I think I think I do remember you saying that. Okay, let me get it. Let me see something. Well, slightly taller. Oh, here, I could have just done this. 146, huh? So either 146 or less is what you're saying. Damn, I didn't know Taishin was 1 centimeter shorter than Turbo according to Game Torah. I did not know that. She did not look that short. Well, let's see this real quick. See her real quick. Or Team Canopus. See your great front aerodynamics thing. I don't know what you mean by that because I really genuinely don't. I genuinely don't. That's all. That could like literally mean something different to, let's say, Nova. Or Nova might think differently of it. I'ma just go with the 1.4 twin turbos height and all that, but I'm not even sure. But I do remember you mentioning you would try and train her again or something like that, or even I did mention that. But how about we just go with Taishin? We'll go with Taishin. Yeah, we'll just go with Taishin. So hopefully you did stay this far into the video, Yujin, to hear that. We'll just go with Taishin. Her being pretty much 1 centimeter shorter than Turbo according to Game Torah, so we'll go with that. Now with that being said, let me check the comments once more, because I want to make sure that I didn't miss any comments. Nope, those are all just global. Okay. So the stats we ended up with was 1774 speed, 1503 stamina, 1566 power, 1300 guts, and 1276 on wise with no S aptitude. That would be another reason why I don't like this run as well. But I'll do probably one more run off camera just to see, and then I'll let y'all know how that went. I'll pretty much use the same setup and all that just to keep it the same, because I'm pretty sure that's the setup I'll use. I mean, it's pretty much the main setup I use, unless I'm using a chaser, so I'll make some smaller changes like the wise card and all that. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are making this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and let me know how your guys' weekend went, if you guys didn't already. And if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description. There's a channel called Circle Request for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But, oh, I just thought about it. I think I'll try and do probably one more turbo. Like I said, I'll do one more turbo run, see how that goes. And if it's way better than what I got here, I'll probably just pop it up on the screen right around now. Or I don't know, maybe somewhere before. while I'm talking about doing another run. A while, like not so long ago, like a minute or two ago when I mentioned it, or maybe I'll pop it up in the screen at that part for those who pay attention on the screen. If not, then oh well, I'll just mention it in the next video or pop it up in the next video. So with that being said, guys, thank you once again, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.